Well, modern automobiles are technological marvels, offering many options for car buyers. Privacy is not one of them. These new cars have become spies on wheels. Even if you're just near one of these vehicles, it could be gathering information about you. Dale Hurd has the story.
This may look like a car, however, it's more like a giant rolling sensor. From the tires to the entertainment system, tracking not only your driving habits, but recording personal information about you completely unrelated to driving. Modern cars have been called a privacy nightmare. Your car's number one job is to get you places safely. But its number two job is data collection. Your data. It's collecting it and sharing it. New cars can collect more data about you than anything else you own, including your cell phone, and for good reason. Driver data has been valued at $400 billion per year.
The saying in Silicon Valley is, if you're not paying for the product, you're the product. But what's strange with cars is that the average new car costs almost $50,000. You're still the product.
Andrea Amico is the founder and CEO of Privacy for Cars, which offers privacy solutions to the auto industry.
If you ask Americans how they feel about their car, they'll tell you it's an extension of their home. They feel it's a very private place.
It's far from private. A study by Mozilla's Privacy Not Included project found cars to be the worst product for privacy they've ever tested. The fine print on Nissan's privacy statement from 2023 says it may collect sensitive personal information including citizenship status, immigration status, race, national origin, religious or philosophical beliefs, sexual orientation, sexual activity, health diagnosis data, and genetic information. After an uproar, the company's most recent privacy statement omits the collection of sexual and genetic information. Security and privacy expert Thorne Klosowski.
I think that a lot of these privacy policies are written in a way that it just encompasses everything. So it's kind of hard to say on if they're actually collecting anything or if they're just written so that they could theoretically collect something.
Some new car owners have seen their premiums go up after their insurance company received their driving data.
Some stuff is more obvious. Am I slamming on the brakes really hard, or am I going through red lights when I shouldn't be? Some of them are a little bit less obvious. Which areas are you driving and what time are you driving?
The top automotive trade group in the U.S. says your car isn't spying on you, it's keeping you safe. The Alliance for Automotive Innovation says its members, which include most car companies, have pledged to meet or exceed commitments contained in the Consumer Privacy Protection Principles for Vehicle Technologies, which includes obtaining the owner's permission before using their data. Although during a car purchase, privacy may be the last thing on a car buyer's mind.
I bought a car recently, and it even took me, who pays attention to this stuff all the time, like a couple seconds before I realized what he was doing. And I was essentially agreeing to be sharing information with a third party.
Used cars have another privacy problem. This YouTuber said after selling his Volvo, the next owner never reset the car's security profile.
I can log in to my app and I can see every single place that new owner has gone. From the school their kids go to the church, to where they work, to where their house is, physical address right in the driveway. I know everything about them. All I have to do is an address search, and I know exactly who lives there.
Then there are kill switches that allow dealers or the government to shut off your car. Some car dealers already use them when a buyer falls behind in their payments. A federal mandate for a kill switch in all vehicles sold after 2026 was embedded into the 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Some in Congress want it removed from the law.
A kill switch in an automobile that would monitor the driving of a vehicle and then stop the vehicle from operating if the car itself decides that the operator is not driving safely.
I do understand that the technology is very near to being developed that would allow for a passive type of system that would detect when a driver has an alcohol concentration above a predetermined level, and that would not allow the vehicle to be operated.
Polls show an overwhelming majority of car buyers want to control their own data. Klazowski says the first thing car buyers should do is shut off as much of the data collection as possible.
I would open up the settings of the infotainment system. I would start there, see if there's any privacy settings that you can change. Maybe look for any sort of indication that it might be sharing information with an insurance company or with a third party.
The old saying, buyer beware, has never been more true than when buying a new car. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Well, understand that you're the product now, and what that means is they're selling your data. And it could be as, sort of benign as, here's the nearest fuel stop near you, or here, if you're hungry, here's the nearest restaurant, that kind of data, and some of which we would view as an assistant. But when you start realizing they have the capacity to sell that data to your automobile insurance company, and that then determine your rates, that would give most people a great deal of pause. I got alerted to this, of all things, going on vacation to see my grandchildren, and we rented a car. Just gotten off a flight and needed to charge up my phone, so I got out a charger, put it into a USB slot. And to my absolute amazement, my phone history came up on the dashboard of the rental car. And I'm going, you're capturing all that data. You're capturing all of the contacts, all my phone calls, duration. All of that is going into some kind of database going back to the rental car company. And I just, no, you haven't, I haven't signed away my privacy by just signing your rental contract. Realize that there are ways to protect yourself. There are sites that will run you through what is the data being collected, how you can turn it off. Most of the car companies have mechanisms where you can take back your privacy and not allow them to sell it. And you can also turn off the data collection itself. But it's very complicated, and there are a lot of different ways they can get it. And once they have your smartphone and that contact list and all of that, they essentially have you. They have all of your locations, all of your contacts, all of your searches, all of that is contained in that one phone. And to say, oh, I'm going to give it to a car company, no, I'm not going to be your product. I'm paying for your product and I'm going to use it, but you're not going to get my data and you're not going to get the right to sell my data to anybody. That needs to be legislation, in my opinion, from the federal level to give consumers that right so that things can be turned off and you don't have that as you purchase a new car.
Are miracles real? Let's investigate.
A lot of skeptics will say, well, miracles are impossible. Why? Because they violate the laws of nature. You can't violate the laws of nature.
I looked at my hand that was clutched. I said, hand move.
We got the 2125.
Hallelujah! He's dead. It's over. I said, shock him one more time.